Welcome all of you in online lecture series of digital electronics and logic design. Now today's lecture topic is design of combinational circuits using the logic diagram. Okay, design of combinational circuit using what logic gates. So before starting with the actual implementation of the uh, combinational circuit, we first study the what is mean by the combinational circuit. Okay, so uh, digital circuit digital circuits broadly categorized into two types. There are two types of digital circuit. One is combinational and other one is a sequential. Okay, so we will see the difference between the combinational and the sequential. So what is meant by the combinational circuit? Now the combinational circuit is one in which the output of the circuit is depends only on present input. So this is what combinational circuit, and we have applied n number of inputs. So this is what n number of inputs, and here we will get m number of what outputs. Hmm? So the combinational circuit is one in which the output, okay, this output is depends only on the present inputs. This output of the circuit is depends only on what the present input that is applied to the circuit. So the combinational circuit consists of n number of inputs and the n number of outputs. So there is a relation between this n and m, number of inputs and number of output. There is a relation in between them, and that will be indicated by this combinational circuit. Okay, so this relation will be indicated by the combinational circuit. Okay, this is actual definition of your combinational circuit. Okay, this is first point. For the sequential circuit, the output of the circuit, okay, the sequential circuit also consists of the n number of inputs. So let us consider the n number of inputs are applied to this circuit. This is sequential circuit, and it also consists of m number of outputs. M number of outputs. Okay, consists of n number of inputs and m number of outputs. Again, there will be the relation in between n, m, and that is will be indicated by this logic. Now, what is the definition of sequential circuit? Here, the output of this circuit is depends on present input as well as past output. So output of this circuit is depends on this current input, or it is also called as a present input as well as past output. Hmm? So in order to get the past output, we have to provide a feedback path from output side to input side. So these lines will indicate what it is a feedback path. So here you will see the output is again given to the inputs. So here output, so here the feedback path is provided. This path is called as what? Feedback path. Again, here as the output is depend on the past output. Okay, the current output is depend on what? This past output. So in order to get past output, we require a memory element. So here we have to use what? Memory element. So memory element is required in the sequential circuit. So from that we will say that the combinational circuit no need to use feedback path. Okay, so feedback path is absent here, and in this case here we will use what? Feedback path. Feedback path is what? Present. So that is second point. Third point regarding to these two circuits, that is here no memory element required. No memory element required, because the output is only depends on current input. Okay, so there is no need to save past outputs. That's why here the memory element is not required. And for the sequential circuit, here the output is depends on past outputs, so that's why here the memory element is required. Okay, so that is the main difference between these two types of circuit: combinational circuit and sequential circuit. Now you need to remember all these points. Okay, you can take the screenshot of this differentiation, because this point have to be remembered, because whenever we are going to the next session, we are going to design the combinational circuit and the sequential circuit. We will design some kinds of sequential circuits, sorry, combinational circuit. So the first we will take the combinational circuit as a adder. Adder is what? It is a combinational circuit that is used to perform, the adder circuit is a combinational circuit, is used to perform binary addition. Binary addition will done with the help of adder. So I think in our live session I have discussed this point also. So adder is again of two types. First one is a half adder, and second is a full adder. Now the half adder consists of what? Two inputs, let's say A and B, and consist of two outputs, that is sum and carry. Okay, so this is what? Half adder. It consists of two inputs A, B, and two outputs sum and carry. Now in this case, this adder is able to perform a single bit with another single bit. Suppose for example we need to perform the addition of 0, 1, that time we can use such types of half adder. 0 plus 1, that is 1. But what is the disadvantages? The half adder having one disadvantage, that we cannot add the previously generated carry. Okay, the previously generated carry cannot be added in the half adder. So to overcome these disadvantages, we will proceed with what? The full adder. So here I will show the full adder. Again, the full adder consists of these main two inputs and one more input, that is C in, that will be indicated as a C in, carry in, and two outputs, that is sum and here C out. Remember these two points, that is C in means what? It is carry in, and C out, that is what? Carry out. So here in this case we are performing the addition of three single bits, that is A, B and C in. Okay, 3 bits addition we can perform with the help of full adder. So here the disadvantages that the half adder having, we will overcome. So let us we will see the truth table of this adder. So first, suppose we will consider the half adder. So half adder consists of two input, that is A, B, and it having two output, that is sum and carry. Here these are the inputs and these two are outputs. Okay, as the two inputs are there, the possible cases are 0 0 or 0 1 or 1 0 or either 1 1. So these are the possible cases. So sum, we will get the output sum by making the addition of the bits. Okay, so 0 plus 0, that is 0. 0 plus 1, 1. 1 plus 0, that is also 1. And 1 plus 1, 0. When we perform the 1 plus 1, the addition is 0, and we will get the carry as a 1. And the remaining these carry bits are 0, because here the carry is not generated. So this is the truth table of half adder. This is what the truth table of half adder. Now for full adder, I will draw the truth table for full adder. So full adder consists of 3 inputs, that is A, B, C in. These are the inputs. So let's we will draw the table. And consists of 2 output, that is sum and carry. Now here for 3 input we are getting the total 2 raised to 3, that is 8 possible cases. So the cases are 0 0 0, 0 0 1, 0 1 0, 0 1 1, 1 double 0, 1 0 1, and 1 1 0, 1 1 1, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So total 8 cases are there. Okay, for sum 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 1 1, 0 plus 1, that is 1, 1 plus 0 again 0. Here 0 plus 1 1, and 1 plus 1 0, and carry 1. Whenever 2 ones are there, then that time the carry is generated, or if 3 ones are there, that time also the carry will be generated. So here 0 plus 1 1, and 1 plus 1, that is 0, and the carry is generated. So here we have to write 1. And 1 plus 0 1, and again plus 0 1, 1 plus 0 1, 1 plus 1 0, and carry is 1. 1 plus 1 0, carry generated, so directly write the carry. 1 plus 1 0, and 0 plus 0 again 0, and 1 plus 1 0, carry will be there, and 0 plus 1 1, and the remaining these bits are what? It is 0. Okay, now we have to design this adder circuit by using the logic gates. Okay, for that purpose we have to find out the equation for sum and the equation for carry. So you can use either any way to find the equation. So it is suitable to find the equation using the K-map. So I will draw the K-map here. Okay, so while we write the K-map, first we need to find out the number of literals. So 1 2 3, 3 inputs are there. To then we have to draw the 3 input or 3 variable K-map, consist of 8 square boxes. So this is A, B and C in 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 and 1. So for sum, first we will find the K-map for sum. So find out the mean terms. Here I will draw the equivalent decimal value, that is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So where is 1? For M1 this is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So mean terms for M1, the output is 1. So here 1, then for 4, okay, then for 7, Okay, so is 3, there are 3 ones. So and remaining weights are 0 0. Hmm? So if you look towards this K map, there is no possibility of grouping. Hmm? So grouping is not able to perform here, so we will write the equation for this single ones. So 3 ones are there in your K map to write the equation for this single one. So that is A, and the column value is B bar, C in bar. Okay, then for this one the row value is what? That is A bar, and the column value is B bar, C in. And for this third one the row value is A, and the column value is B, C in. So final equation for sum we will write as A bar, B bar, C in plus A, B bar, C in plus AB, C in. Now for carry, again same K map we have to draw, means 3 variable K map we have to draw here. The inputs are A, B, C in 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 and 1. So for carry, find out whether the 1 is there. So for M3 term, for 3, okay, 3 term is here. After that 5 is here. Then 6 and 7, remaining are 0 0. Now here these ones are adjacent to each other. All the ones are adjacent to each other. So here we will form, first we will form grouping of these two ones. So this is what the first pair. This is first pair. We will write the equation for this first pair. The row value is 1, that is A, and the common between these two column, that is 1 is common. Okay, and 1 is the value of C in. So that is C in, A, C in. After that we will form here what? The second pair. So this is second pair. For the second pair we will write the term. Okay, so the row value is again A, and the common between these two, here the 1 is common, right hand side, sorry, left hand side 1 is common, that is the value of B. Okay, and this one again we will form here one more overlap pair, that is third pair. So for that third pair the equation is what? We cannot take the common in between these two row. Okay, so neglect it and just take the column value, that is 1 1 1 1 means it is B, C in, B, C in, and the final equation for carry, that is C out, that is equal to addition of these three, A, C in plus B, C in plus AB. Okay, so this is what the equation for sum and the equation for carry. Here I think one mistake is there. For sum there are 4 terms we are getting at the output. So let us again we will check the whether the truth table is having any mistake. Okay, so here suppose 0 plus 0 0 0 plus 0 0. Okay, 0 plus 0 0 0 plus 1 1 0 plus 1 1 1 plus 0 1. Here the mistake is there. Okay, so for M2 the term here 1. Okay, so 4 ones are there. For 3 ones we have written the product term. For this single one the term is what, that is a bar, and the column values are this values 1 0, that is b c in bar. So the equation is a bar b c in bar. So that is actually the final equations for sum and carry. Same we will draw the truth table for the subtractor also. So after getting this equation we have to implement that equation using the logic gates. So the logic gate part I will not draw here, because already we have discussed the logic implementation in the live lecture series. Okay, so next type of combinational circuit, that is comparator. So let us see the next type of circuit, that is comparator. Comparator consists of, suppose 2-bit comparator is there. First we will take first we will take 1-bit comparator. There are different types of comparator, like 1-bit comparator, 2-bit comparator, 4-bit comparator, but we are taking, or we are going to study only the 1-bit and the 2-bit comparator. That is limited to up to our syllabus, so that's why we will take 1-bit and 2-bit comparators. So first we will see the 1-bit comparator. Now for 1-bit comparator there are two inputs. So this is input A, B, and it consists of 3 outputs. So the comparator is what? It is a combinational circuit that is used to perform the comparison, that will compare the input bits and generate a different result. So for comparator, 3 types of result we are getting at the output, that is A is greater than B, okay, or A equal to B, or A is less than B. So these types of result we are getting at the output of this comparator. Okay, so here 1-bit comparator consists of 2 inputs, because this 1 bit will be compared with the another 1 bit. That's why it is called as a 1-bit comparator, and it is what? It is a combinational circuit. So let us, we will draw the truth table for this comparator. It consists of 2 inputs. Okay, inputs are 2 and outputs are 3 outputs. So the first output is A greater than B, second output is A equal to B, and third output is A is less than B. As the 2 inputs are there, the possible cases 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. So these are the possible cases. This is what input, and these are the outputs. Okay, now how to draw the truth table for the comparator? So here whenever the condition is true, that time we have to put 1. Okay, whenever the any condition is true amongst them, we have to put output is a 1. Means suppose for example here A is 1 and B is 0. So here A is greater than B. Here what? The A, this first input A, that is greater than B. So here where is A is greater than B, that this output become 1 and the remaining become 0. Okay, means whenever or whichever the condition is true, that output become 1. Okay, if both the inputs are suppose consider as both the inputs are 1 1, so in that time if both the inputs are 1 1 means condition A equal to B, that is true. So here the output is 1 and remaining are 0. Okay, likewise we will find out the outputs of the comparator. So here see, first one is A is greater than B. So whenever A is greater than B, from the input condition we have to put as a 1. here the 0 0 0 0 means what? Both are equal, so here a equal to b is 1 and the remaining are 0 0 1. Here b is greater than a, b is greater than a. Okay, so that output is 1 and these remaining are 0. Next, a is greater than, sorry, here 1 0 1 0 means what? A is 1, b is 0, a is greater than b, so here output is 1 and these two are 0. Here both are equal, a equal to 1, b equal to 1, means this condition is true and the remaining are 0. So in this way, okay, in this way we will what? Write the truth table for the comparator. Now here we need to find out the three equations. One is for a greater than b, a equal to b, or a is less than b. So for a greater than b, a greater than b, only one is there, so we will directly write the equation from the input conditions. First method we have seen in case of first method. So according to the first method, consider those output cases where the output is 1. Those cases, consider those cases where output is 1, means this case we have to be considered. For the selected case, write the product term of the inputs. So these are the inputs for this case. So the inputs are 1 0 1 0 means what? It is a b bar. So that is the equation for a greater than b. Now for second one, that is a equal to b. Here the two ones are there in the output. So consider this first case and the last case. For this cases, selected cases, write the product term. Here the inputs are a bar b bar, a bar b bar, plus here a b, a bar b bar and a b. Okay, and for last case, that is a is less than b. Here consider those cases where output is 1. So this case we have to be consider, and product term for this selected case, that is 0 1 0 1 means what? It is a bar b. Okay, now we need to implement these equations by using the logic diagram. So how many inputs are there here? Two inputs. So here I will draw the two lines. That is, first line is a, second line is b. Here we need the complemented form of the input. So for complemented input we use what? NOT gate. So here I will connect the NOT gate directly. So these values are what? This is a bar and this one is a b bar. So first we will implement this. The product term is there, means AND gate is required, and the inputs for this, suppose this is what? A greater than b. So for a greater than b, inputs for the AND gate are a and b bar. So here I will connect the a and the second is a b bar, a b bar. Okay, that is a greater than b. For second case, a bar b bar, here one AND gate is required, here second AND gate is required. So for this we have to put, or we have to take two AND gates. For first AND gate, the inputs are a bar b bar. So this is a bar b bar. Here we will get a bar b bar. Second is a b. So here a and b. Here we will get what? AB. And then these two terms have to be ORed to get the final equation, that is a equal to b. And for last case, again one more AND gate is required. So here I will take one more AND gate, that is a less than b. The inputs connected to this AND gate are a bar and next b. So here this circuit will work as a 1-bit comparator if we use a logic gates, and if we implement such types of implementation or such types of design, then we will what say that this circuit is equivalent to the 1-bit comparator. Okay, in this way we will implement any type of circuit. Okay, so for today's lecture we will stop here, and in next lecture we are going to again discussing about the other combinational circuits. Okay, so if you are having any doubts regarding to the lecture, you can ask me personally, or you can also write in the comment section. So thank you.